So I'm kind of curious to know what you guys think about communication in terms of if you feel like there is a direct correlation between the level of care you have for a person and how much effort you put into communicating with that person. And the effort I mean is in two parts, whether it's the frequency of communication, like how often you choose to communicate with that person, and the quality of communication in terms of making sure that the person you care about actually understands what you mean or understands you in general. Because I was thinking about this yesterday with my best friend, talking about, you know, communication in different avenues of our lives. And even with him and I, we don't always understand each other, but because we care about each other, we do our best to make sure we understand each other. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, right? But whenever it's a miss, we communicate with each other that it was a miss. It's like, I'll be like, you know what, I'll straight up tell him too. I'll be like, you know what, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm so confused. You gotta try to explain it again because I don't get it. And then he'll try again to explain it. Maybe I get it, maybe I don't, vice versa. Although vice versa, he doesn't usually tell me he doesn't understand. Usually he'll try to respond, and then in his response he'll be like, hopefully this was a response to your question or whatever, or a response to what you said. And then I'll either tell them yes it was, or I'll be like, okay, yeah, I could tell by your response that you didn't really understand what I was saying. Because I realize that we don't all communicate the same way. I've had many different friends and family members throughout my life, and we all communicate in different ways. And so when you care about somebody, I feel like you should try your best to figure out the best way to communicate with each person. It seems like common sense, you think, but I guess I've been in situations in the past where it's like somebody who, might say they care about you, but it doesn't seem like they put forth effort to actually understand what you mean. It's almost like you'll say something, and if they interpret it incorrectly, they'll just hold on to that wrong interpretation and won't give you the opportunity to explain yourself, or they don't care about that explanation. And that'll leave me, or that has left me confused. Like, well, don't you want to understand what I mean? Like, don't you want to understand? Like, why would you want to have this misunderstanding? Right? And then on the other point, in terms of frequency, obviously we're all busy, we have our lives, and so we don't always find time to communicate with the people we love. I'm probably one of the most guilty people of this, where there's so many people that cross my mind throughout the day, people that I haven't talked to in years, or even months, and a lot of friends that I wish I would see more often, and I don't communicate with them as much as I feel like I should. I try my best to hit people up now and then, like text messaging them or whatever, but even that, even my own mom, I don't text her as much as I should, or even call her as much as I should, right? And so it's like, okay, does my lack of frequent communication with my mom or my other friends and family, is that a direct correlation to how much I care about them? I would say no, but then at the same time, I've also been in situations where it's like somebody says they care about me, but it's like, you say you care about me, but then it doesn't seem like you put forth any effort to communicate with me at all. So I'm like, I don't really feel like you care. So that's almost like I'm being a hypocrite, right? Where I expect somebody that they say that they care about me to communicate with me more frequently, but then I'm on the other hand doing that with other people in my life, where it's like I care about these people a lot, I love people a lot, but I'm not texting everybody every day all the time. So it's kind of like, where do we draw that line, or how does that really work in terms of the frequency of communication with the person? Now, like I said, back when it comes to the trying to understand each other, I feel like that one is pretty much straightforward. I don't know any other way that would make any sense. I don't see how that would make any other sense. If somebody says that they care about you, or you care about somebody, then you should try your best to make sure that the communication between you two, even if it's infrequent, to still make sure that there's no misunderstandings. And I feel like each person should be allowed to explain themselves, or to explain themselves, and to make sure that there is an understanding, because then what's the point, right? You can't say that you care about somebody, and then when they're trying to, really make sure you understand, you're like, well, I don't care, I don't want to hear it, because that means, do you really care about them? Because why don't you want to hear it? Don't you want to understand what they're talking about? But yeah, that was pretty much just my thought. Just wondering what you guys think about that, and what the relationship is between the care that you have for a person and how you communicate with that person, in both frequency and in trying to make sure there's an understanding. But that's all I have for that. Once again, though, as a quick reminder, there won't be any follow-alongs posted this coming weekend, because I didn't record anything at all, so you'll have to wait until next weekend for a video. Tomorrow, though, I am going to try to do another Cameron's critique, KBFIT critiques Cameron on a workout. But anyways, I guess that's all I have for this video. Hopefully not too long. So that, once again, thanks you guys for all the birthday wishes, because I'm still getting some today. So I appreciate everything. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And so until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.